How to avoid taking everything personally. It's understandable to want to be respected. After all, humans are social animals who want to be valued by their tribemates. As a result, it's natural for criticism to sting and cause emotional pain. In fact, in one recent study, scientists examined responses to both approving and disapproving videos involving social evaluation. The activity of 37 participants was studied while they watched videos in which people made positive, negative, and neutral statements that tapped into basic emotions. The findings revealed that criticism harmed everyone. While some comments or actions are actually offensive, if your feelings are frequently hurt or you tend to assume that someone intended to cause you emotional harm, you may be taking things too personally. Continue reading to learn why people take things personally, how to recognize when you're taking things too personally, and how to identify situations where taking things personally can actually benefit you. You'll also learn how to avoid taking things personally. Why do people take things personally? It's natural to be concerned about what others think of us, but not to the point where it becomes a hindrance. A variety of factors contribute to why we take things personally. Self-talk that is negative. We may constantly tell ourselves that we are not good enough or that everything is our fault. As a result, when confronted with negative comments, we are more likely to believe them. Childhood adversity. Lack of emotional support as a child, as well as being blamed by parents, can contribute to our belief that we deserve to be mocked or humiliated. Self-esteem is low. People who have low self-esteem may be overly concerned with what others think. They might take things too personally. Anxiety problems. Those who suffer from social anxiety are terrified of being judged and embarrassed. Perfectionism. Perfectionists struggle when others point out their flaws because they have unrealistic expectations of what they should be. Stress or exhaustion. When you're not in the best of moods, you're more likely to misinterpret someone's words. Sensitivity to emotions. If you are highly sensitive, you may take things personally. How to find out when you take things too personally. We frequently dismiss compliments such as, "Oh, you look nice today." We sometimes expend too much energy on the flaws that others point out. For example, you may have become agitated after your boss stated that you are not yet prepared to handle a larger project. With a different point of view, you could have reframed what he said as constructive criticism. Signs you might be taking things too personally. Here are some indicators that the opinions of others are having a negative impact on you. You rely on other people's approval to make you happy. You over-apologize and are a people-pleaser. As a general rule, you do not set or maintain boundaries. You're afraid to decline requests. You believe and take all negative comments about yourself seriously. You see a mistake in behavior as a flaw in your own character. You are easily irritated or defensive. You are preoccupied with recent conversations to the point where they are interfering with your daily activities. You're ruminating on a perceived critical conversation for far too long. For some, replaying what happened allows them to imagine responding differently. For others, rumination serves as a reminder of their own shortcomings. Overthinking can be exhausting. Rumination can occur as a result of conditions such as obsessive-compulsive disorder. According to one study, rumination can amplify and prolong negative moods, interfere with problem-solving, and influence levels of anxiety and depression in people. It can also obstruct and reduce the effectiveness of psychological interventions. Rumination has also been shown to increase stress levels. The advantages of taking things personally. This may come as a surprise, but there are advantages to taking things personally. By taking things personally, our family and friends, as well as those with whom we have meaningful relationships, are alerted to what irritates us. When they have this information, they may change their behavior so that they do not offend you. It's also humanizing and humbling to have your feelings hurt now and then. You can then learn how to cope with your distress, making you more resilient in the future. How to stop taking things so seriously. Here are a few techniques you can use if someone offends you so you don't go home upset. Develop your emotional resilience. Allow people the benefit of the doubt because you may have misunderstood what they were saying. Request clarification from the person. Stop worrying about what other people think of you. Give yourself credit for your accomplishments. Try mindfulness to stay in the present moment and relieve stress. Keep a journal of your thoughts. Positive affirmations should be repeated to yourself. Seek out licensed therapists for mental health treatment. Choosing a therapist as a highly sensitive individual. It's natural to take things personally from time to time. However, if you find yourself frequently upset or offended by other people's comments, it will begin to affect your own mental health. As a result, it's critical to understand when your reaction is out of proportion to a comment or perceived slight. Of course, if you're being verbally abused or notice that someone is intentionally hurting your feelings, it's time to reconsider your relationship with that person. Seek the help of a therapist if you need help distinguishing between minor criticisms and emotional abuse.